Hi and welcome to this new Blender tutorial. This time I want to answer a question from a user. Its name is Mical T, and he had a problem with an animation of wheels. He had some wheels on this animation, and one wheel was jumping back in the rotation while the animation was running. So he asked me what's the problem is, and I have done this animation to find out what's the error, and I haven't found out, and then because I had the wrong values for the rotation or the influence, and then I figured out it's all about the math on the influence value for the wheel. So I show you this real quick, how you can animate some wheels with Copy Rotation Constraint. We delete the default cube and we add some wheels in the extra objects of the mesh extra objects gears. You find the gears. Oh, we let it like it is, and we only copy this and scale it a little bit. So we copy this with Shift D, drag it over, and we scale it by 0.5. Now we take another copy of this and we drag it here, and we do another copy of this because it's the same, and we scale it to 0.52. Okay, at these two I apply the scale and I move it a little bit to the middle. Okay, that's not essential for the animation, but it's better for me. So okay, we have our main wheel and we want to animate this. So we insert a keyframe at the start position, not a location keyframe. We insert a rotation keyframe, and then we go to the last frame. I think I start the screencast keys that you can see what I'm doing here. So, and we want to turn it around 2 times. From the beginning to the end, we want to rotate it 2 times. So we have to turn it around 700 degrees, and we insert the keyframe for the rotation. Okay. Now, when you play back this, the animation starts slow, becomes faster, and slows down again. So to prevent this behavior, we're going to the graph editor, and the Z-axis you can type V and select vector, and when you go back and play it back again, the speed is even distributed over the whole animation. So okay, now we want to give this a rotation 2, and we don't animate this, we add a constraint, a copy rotation constraint. We select our gear and we let the influence like it is, so it turns 2 times in this animation. But this one we add another copy rotation constraint, select our gear, and then we took down the influence to 0.5. And this one gets a copy rotation 2, select the gear, and 2.25. So, okay. Now, this one turns around 2 times. This one 2, because it influence of the rotation of 1. This one turns only 360 degrees, because it's the half. And this is only a third, so it turns around 180 degrees. And when we play back this now, you will see no errors. It takes a while until we reach the end. Okay, there is no jumping now, because you can't see the jumping. Because this one turns around 1 time, and it's on a position like the first, like it started. Okay, and because we have 12 wheels, 12 tooths, for this one it's the same. It turns around 180 degrees. It's the half, or it's a half of no, not a half, it's a third of the rotation. And because we have 12 teeth, it's the half of the teeth. So we have an even distribution of the teeth, so you don't recognize the jumping. But if you turn down this influence here to 0.2 and we play back, then you can see the jumping. It should be happen about here. Wait for it. It's legend. Wait for it. There it is. Here. Here it jumps. Okay. And that's because you have to divide by a number, based on the number of the teeth here, and that's causing the jumping. Okay, so it's not a good way to animate any wheels, because you have to do the math. You have there would be errors, and to prevent this, we don't animate gears with copy rotation constraints. So I delete them. And then the animation is fine. That's okay. And now we don't insert a keyframe here, or we don't animate this. No, we add a single driver. And now, splitting our view, that we can see what are we doing, and then we go to the graph editor and we select the mode drivers. Now you can see here is the rotation in the set, the driver, and we need this too. And then we need the properties here, and now we play around with this. So first of all, let's rename this variable. So we name it rotation gear. Okay, and then it's a single property, and the property is from the gear, and we need it's the rotation Euler point set. This is the property we want from the gear. And to work with this, we can now add here an expression, and we have now this variable contains this rotation value. Now we add here our rotation gear, and now it's because this one is the half of this, we divide it by 2, and because it's a gear, when this turns around this way, this turns around this way. If this turns around this way, this turns around this way. So we have to add a minus before the variable. Okay. Now, if we play back our animation, we should see that it rotates with the half of the velocity. It only makes 360 degrees, while this one makes 720 degrees rotation. And with this method, you have a lot more control over your animation, because you don't have to do the math. Blender is doing the math for you. So I hope this answered the question of Mical T, and I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe my channel, and we will see us soon. So goodbye.